What's up, guys? Spenny. One of the funniest things in modern American politics is watching the party of the people, the Democrat Party, try and fill a high school gymnasium, right? Like, look at this. It's so unbelievably sad. The resident of the United States was speaking at this high school. This is during the speech with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. This is what it looked like. There you go. It was like people loitering, panhandling. They couldn't fill the high school. According to the reporters on the ground, students were given extra credit for attending this. It's remarkably sad. And it's good to see that the heir apparent to the ashes of the Democrat Party, Gavin Newsom, is bringing the same energy to his rallies. Gavin Newsom held a rally in a very small corner of a very small arena yesterday. It looked like this. Oh, no. Oh, no. So this is like the classic more media than actual supporters in the rally. You can see here, maybe there's 40 people. Maybe. They use the black curtains. It's always a bad thing when you see the black curtains, by the way. That's the mark of death for any political rally. When you see the black curtains, that means they're trying to like close off the arena so that no one can see how empty it actually is. And perhaps there's a reason why Gavin Newsom's arena was so empty. And in case you need a little comparison to see what a MAGA rally looks like versus what Gavin Newsom's. Perhaps there's a reason. And that's because all of Gavin Newsom's supporters were arrested outside, meaning they're criminal aliens and not lawfully in this country. Democrats fume over federal agents gathering for immigration raid alongside Gavin Newsom press. Check this out.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
This is outside of Gavin Newsom's rally.
Go arrest fucking criminals! What the fuck are you doing? Don't about this type of work!
Right behind you, brother.
You guys are fucking cowards!
Hey,
All of you are fucking cowards!
Watch out. You got another one with him? Keep it going.
Well done, gentlemen. Well done.
Greg, Mr. Bellino from Fox 11. Can I get a quick comment?
Hey, what's going on here?
How you doing? What happened?
We're here making Los Angeles a safer place. Since we won't have politicians that'll do that, we do that ourselves. So that's what we're here today, as you can see. Already making it a safer place. We're glad to be here, not going anywhere.
And the governor's inside right there.
I don't know where he's at.
He's about 100 feet behind us. Do you have any comment from him or anything?
Again,
any message?
We're making Los Angeles and California a safer place. We're going to continue to do that, and they can take that one to the bank and cash it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
They can take that one to the bank and cash it as they arrest criminal aliens that were trying to get into Gavin's rally. Oh, it's just absolutely a thing of beauty. Amazing. The internet was celebrating this, probably the greatest troll I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of them in politics. Federal ICE agents are now positioned outside of the Newsom rally, and they're arresting illegals trying to get in. Nobody showed up for Gavin's Liberation Day rally because they were all arrested outside. Sweet, we voted for this. Border Patrol is now arresting illegals. Checking in on Gavin Newsom's Liberation Day virtue signaling drum circle. Yeah, not good. This is such a funny. Gavin Newsom got furious about this.
And right outside, at this exact moment, are dozens and dozens of ICE agents. Donald Trump, you think it's coincidental?
No. They're so sure.
Donald Trump and his minions, Tom Homan, tough guy, clearly decided, coincidentally or not, that this was a location to advance ICE arrests.
They were losing their minds.
But these are extraordinary times. And extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures.
Oh, keep reading.
We have witnessed
Read your notes.
masked gunmen kidnapping our neighbors off the streets, and my understanding is they're outside waiting to do it again.
Sounds pretty cool, actually. Masked gunmen. They're federal agents. This is how it's done. It's great. Border Patrol arresting invaders at a venue where Newsom is counter-signaling Trump straight into my veins. This is actually unbelievably beautiful. OMG, I got what I voted for award. I voted for this. Gavin boy can suck it. Trump threatened Trump, and this is what happens. FAFO. Gavin Newsom was having a real one yesterday. Multiple meltdowns, including a hysterical meltdown here where he complains about how people keep sending him Trump 2028 hats in the mail.
The president will be running for a third term. Mark my word. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat.
It's so funny. It's just so fun to watch them get so utterly owned and self-owned. Official count, 100 people showed up to Gavin Newsom's rally today. That includes the staff and the press. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a spectacular reaction here from Cory Lwendowski, who is a special advisor to the president, special government employee, who just killed it talking about his takedown of Gavin Newsom and what they were trying to accomplish here, and that ICE is perfectly ready to arrest supporters of Gavin Newsom inside of his rallies and outside. Them's fighting words. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to get your response to Gavin Newsom. He was big hurt and big mad that ICE was enforcing our immigration laws right outside of his little, very poorly attended rally.
Well, Benny, he was either mad about that or mad about the hat that he received in the mail, which I think is the greatest troll of all time, right? I mean, you got to be kidding me. Nobody sees Gavin Newsom as a serious individual anymore, because what he has done is he has allowed California to become a hellhole, unfortunately. It used to be a great state, a great, so many great cities there, San Diego, San Francisco, so many great places. And what happens? You go there now, it's riddled with homeless people. They've taken over the city. They've taken over the communities. It's unsafe, just like Washington, D.C. So what has Donald Trump done? He's brought the Customs and Border Patrol and the Immigration and Customs Enforcement into Los Angeles to start cracking down. And what have we seen? Safer communities. Benny, the story came out yesterday, and it's remarkable. Since Donald Trump has been in office, 1.6 million illegals have deported from this country, either through the CBP home app or self-deported. 1.6 million, 2.2 million total people, but 1.6 million people in the first 6 months of this administration from January to June is historic. It's unprecedented, and it makes our country safer. And the reality is Gavin Newsom understands that he continues to promulgate and perpetuate hatred against police officers when, he's a man who is surrounded by police everywhere he goes, right? He is covered up in police at the governor's mansion, and no one just shows up at his community, at his home whenever they feel like it, right? If he is so adverse to having police officers everywhere, he is allowed to just waive those individuals. He's allowed to drive himself around. He's allowed to not live behind those big, beautiful gates that the taxpayers pay for. And he's allowed to stay at French Laundry anytime he wants and be accosted by all those people, which he's never going to do. So he's a guy who loves to talk out of both sides of his mouth, where he sits there and harasses police officers and tells them they shouldn't be doing their job, and then he immediately gets in his armor-plated car and gets behind his gates as quickly as possible.
Man, it's just wild that you guys knew that there were so many criminal aliens in California and Los Angeles specifically that you could just do an enforcement right out front. There's
no shortage of targets, Benny. I can tell you that, whether it's at a Gavin Newsom rally. So the 3 people who were inside, 2 of them are probably illegal. So he had a crowd of 3, I think. 2 of them are probably illegal, and so we scooped those guys up.
Will we be seeing those LA-style riots again? You said you're going to increase the presence significantly in Los Angeles and in these hot spots. What is your message to protesters that are coming out to try and commit attempted murder on your officers?
Well, it's very simple, and we saw this in Washington, D.C. 2 days ago. If you hit a law enforcement officer with a Subway sandwich, a pickle, or anything else, we're going to take you, we're going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. So just understand this. You have a right to protest. Of course you do, but you will do so in a manner commensurate with what the law allows. And as soon as you decide to lay your hands or throw something at a law enforcement officer, the president all the way down to the rank and file officer understands what's at stake, which is the protection of our law enforcement community. And Jeanine Pirro in Washington, D.C. set an amazing example this week. We've all seen the video now. By the way, the Department of Justice employee throws a Subway sandwich at a police officer. They chase this guy down. They charge him with a felony. They fire him from his job. That's what you can expect. When you attack law enforcement, there are repercussions. When you throw stones or bricks or anything at a law enforcement vehicle, when you slash their tires, we will charge you to the fullest extent of the law. We've got a great U.S. attorney in Los Angeles who continues to prosecute these cases. We're going to make sure that if you are doing things against our law enforcement, then you will be held accountable. And this is not going to be simply contained in Los Angeles. I want everybody to understand the Trump administration is bringing this path across this country to make sure every sanctuary city understands that we can touch people at any place, at any time, and that the residents who are here legally should have an opportunity to enjoy the freedoms that they deserve. And we will do that by putting police officers on the streets to protect them.